That is substituting disposable plastic cups for reusable ones in our school community. But other than that, we want to make people cautious about why we are doing this. So we're making activities in the school to make people understand and not just use the reusable cups in the school, but also outside, and teach their parents and their teachers in the school. So to start off, we're going to make this puzzle on the floor. So yeah, you guys have to work together to build it.
No cheating. We have 5 minutes to do that.
We did it in 3, so you guys can do it. We're gonna show you guys a little video. It's a TED Talk, okay?
My work is about the behaviors that we all engage in unconsciously on a collective level. And what I mean by that is the behaviors that we're in denial about and the ones that operate below the surface of our daily awareness. And as individuals, we all do these things all the time, every day. It's like when you're mean to your wife because you're mad at somebody else. Or when you drink a little too much at a party just out of anxiety. Or when you overeat because your feelings are hurt, or whatever. And when we do these kind of things, when 300 million people do unconscious behaviors, then it can add up to a catastrophic consequence that nobody wants and no one intended. And that's what I look at with my photographic work. This is an image I just recently completed that is, when you stand back at a distance, it looks like some kind of neo-Gothic cartoon image of a factory spewing out pollution. And as you get a little bit closer, it starts looking like lots of pipes, like maybe a chemical plant or a refinery or maybe a hellish freeway interchange. And as you get all the way up close, you realize that it's actually made of lots and lots of plastic cups. And in fact, this is 1 million plastic cups, which is the number of plastic cups that are used on airline flights in the United States every 6 hours.
Only
we use 4 million cups a day on airline flights, and virtually none of them are reused or recycled. They just don't do that in that industry. Now that number is dwarfed by the number of paper cups we use every day. And that is 40 million cups a day for hot beverages, most of which is coffee. I couldn't fit 40 million cups on a canvas, but I was able to put 410,000. That's what 410,000 cups looks like. That's 15 minutes of our cup consumption. And if you could actually stack up that many cups in real life, that's the size it would be. And there's an hour's worth of our cups, and there's a day's worth of our cups. You can still see the little people way down there. That's as high as a 42-story building, and I put the Statue of Liberty in there as a scale reference.
Doing this project, we were inspired by Jim last year. I don't know if you guys went to Graded. So we thought about the process that we were going to take. So we split the project into 4 steps. We would choose the material that would make the cup, contact the companies that would make the cup with the material that we chose, choose the washing machine and think about the washing process, which was one of the most difficult parts for us, and making them community conscious. So ask the teachers to do projects related to ours, and so that they know why we're doing this. Okay, before we start, this might look really easy for you guys because we've given this presentation a lot of times. But this has taken 1 year, 1 full year. We started implementing the cups in August. And so don't think it's an easy process.
It looks easy when we present it, but it's not at all.
We got a lot of
we know
those.
because we were the ones who did all the project, students, 5 students, doing the project.
With
no help of grown-ups.
So yeah, so she's gonna take
it. So we started by doing a lot of research, and we found out that there are 865 students in our school, and around 200 people on the staff. And
no, sing so fast.
I was gonna ask how many cups did you think you used then? Well, we used 76,000 plastic cups a month. which is a lot. And we
So
were
if you
very
guys,
confident.
so you guys can have a chance, like a kind of an idea of how much that is. Our stadium in Brasilia, that's going to host the World Cup, it has 72,000 seats. So it's basically
There are more cups than seats.
Yeah, 1 cup for each seat in the stadium in a month and more. So yeah.
And we spent 2,500 reais, which is around $1,150 per month just in cups. Yeah, like $1,000. And this plastic, it takes around 100 years to decompose, so the plastic that you use today is probably going to outlive you. So it's kind of awful. Yeah. And to top it off, it's also bad for you because it releases toxins that may cause cancer. Okay. So we researched materials that we could have the reusable cups made. And we started by aluminium. Why not aluminium? Well, first off, it dents really easily, so like we need something more resistant. And for aluminium, it takes a lot of energy to produce it, so it doesn't make sense for us to switch something that pollutes for something that pollutes in a different way. So then glass. Well, it breaks all the time, and kids are going to be using it, and it's more expensive. Ceramic, also not resistant, and its surface has pores, which accumulates bacteria, so it's not sanitary. And then we went back to plastic, which seems kind of ironic to switch plastic cups for plastic cups. But it was the best thing because they're more resistant, they're more affordable, and they have a really easy recycling process.
And our idea is not to not use plastic itself, is for people to understand that wasting plastic is bad, not like using a cup every time.
Okay, so we started researching about plastic, and there are 7 types of commercial plastic. The first one is in soda bottles and stuff like that, and we couldn't even use it because its surface has pores and it accumulates bacteria also, and also taste. So like for instance, if you get a Coke bottle and you put it in water afterwards, you get the little Coke aftertaste. Ever felt that? And then plastic number 2 and number 4 are completely not qualified for food, number 3 releases a lot of toxins, so no, of course not. And number 7, it's kind of like you can never know what's in it. It's basically a mixture of plastics, but it can have all the bad ones or only the good ones or both, so you can never know, so obviously it's not reliable. And we're left with plastics number 5 and number 6. Polystyrene is plastic number 6. It's what is used in disposable plastics. And it has this chemical additive, which is BPA. And it's what makes the cups flexible and soft and easy to rip and stuff like that. So that's the chemical that releases the toxins. And it's a bad one. And also this plastic has a low critical temperature. What is a critical temperature? Well, since these cups release toxins, a critical temperature is the temperature in which these toxins start being released quicker, like way faster than usual. So for instance, when you put hot beverages in, like coffee or tea or whatever, it starts releasing these toxins very quickly. And polypropylene, which is plastic number 5. Some cups are made with these plastic, disposable ones, but they have the BPA, so they're also bad. They don't, like the cups that we chose doesn't have BPA since it's hard. And this plastic is mostly used in juice packaging, and it's very easy to recycle. So these are some characteristics that were fundamental in the choosing of the cup: durability, resistance, the format, color, the capacity, the design, and its stability.
And the recycling process for us was a very hard part because in Brazil, at least, I think only 0.2
I think it's 0.2.
I think it's 0.2 or 2% of the plastic is actually recycled. So basically, if you have those bins that select different kinds of garbage, it'll
It's
end
just
up in
gonna end up
the
in the
dumpster the
dumpster.
same way. So there's no use for separating them.
Okay, so after deciding what we wanted to use, what kind of cup, we had to find a company. So what we used was the Brazilian company Inocopoeco, and they make cups for big events and that kind of stuff. So why we chose this company? They weren't very expensive, plus the cups were good quality, and also they were very flexible as to the size and the color and the design of the cup, so that was very good. Also, they're used to making a large amount of cups, so they're already used to the sanitation process and how to clean it and that kind of stuff.
So this company actually, they gave us a good opportunity for school marketing, which is
What design?
a big part because the school has to want this project. So we chose the color of the cup, the logo, everything that we put in the cup we chose, and the school chose with us. And the cleaning process was very easy to use because we already implemented kind of their way of cleaning the cups. So we didn't have to think a lot about this.
Alright, so the cleaning process.
Which was the hardest part?
So the thing is, our school isn't very big. It's about 1,000 people, but still, it's divided in like middle school, elementary, high school, and there's also the kindergarten.
And we eat lunch there, and
We don't eat at the
snack
same
after.
time.
Yeah, we
So-
stayed there the whole day.
We don't eat at the same time, so the cups always had to be clean for when the next group was gonna eat, and so
It had to be a fast cleaning process.
yes.
Since it's like some meals are like right after the other one. So it has to be.
Yeah, and so it would be very hard if the staff had to keep washing them all the time. We'd have to have new staff. That would cost a lot to the school. So the washing machine we chose was Ecomax 500, and it was a bit of a burden because we had to fit it in the kitchen, and the lady that takes care of everything in the
The
kitchen.
nutritionist, she was like completely against the project. Like, it's gonna get too much work and this and that. I feel like a bunch of flaws, and we're like, okay.
everything we told her, she was like, no, this is going to end the world, it's going to be bad.
And then we had the problem that it didn't fit in the kitchen, so we had to reform it, we had to make a shelf. And it was very hard, especially when people aren't like helping you, but
Proper.
yeah.
Very negative.
So why we chose Ecomax 500? The thing is, it's like the most hygienic we found. It boils the water up to 104 degrees Celsius. And also it uses detergent, which is very good because the main concern of the parents at school is their kids' health. And if the cups aren't hygienic, they're going to be against it. So this one was very good. Also, it didn't use too much water. It uses 3 liters per cycle. And as you can see, it does fit a lot of cups per cycle. Okay, so we had a series of presentations to the students, and the reason we did that was, again, to make the kids conscious of what they were doing, not only use their cups, but also understand and, reinforce it. If we explain it to them, they're going to take it to their home, to their parents, their friends outside school, and maybe to their future jobs. So what we did was, we did a specific presentation for each group of the class. For example, for kindergarten, we had this puppet show, because they're smaller, they had to understand it. For middle school, we did this music presentation.
Which is what's shown in the picture.
Yes,
So.
that's why she's dressed as a girl. So, for the other grades, we did a normal presentation, but we wanted to be sure that they would understand the essence of the project and why it's so important. So also, wanted them to be involved. We asked if anybody wanted to help us and that sort of stuff. And also, the teachers took it to the class. They did research, all right, let's see how much water you can fit inside this.
Yeah, he helped us a lot in the curriculum.
I did a project with ninth graders, and it was just, to motivate the students. So what we did was basically, I was, working with measurements and all that stuff. So they had to, calculations like,
Calculate the volumes of the cup.
yeah, and how much space would we need, during 1 month, 1 year, 2 years,
Just anything to involve the students to make them, basically like the project a bit.
And we also wanted to emphasize, because we're all seniors, so we're leaving next year, and we want this project to continue. So in our presentations, we emphasized that, the project isn't ours, the project is the school's and everyone else's. So we want them to love the cups like we do, and we want them to tell people why we're doing this. So that was a big part of the presentations. Okay, so this way, we want to bring you guys this project, and we really wanted you guys to spread the word and to maybe even put this project into work in your schools. And you can go to the next one. If you guys want any help or any advice or any question or anything, we have a Word file that explains the process that we went through and a few researches that you'll have to do to implement this project, and the type of presentations you'll have to make to school board, teachers, parents, and all that stuff that we already did. We have the Prezi that we presented to these people in all the languages, so Spanish, Portuguese, and English. And it's not showing it here, but right here. We have an email, it's onelesscup@gmail.com. So if you guys have any questions or anything you would like to know, you can email us and we'll answer as soon as possible.
So this project, it was actually inspired by GIN 2012, which was graded. And their major theme was the hummingbird, which is now part of our cup. And yeah, we're going to show you the video that was inspired.
And the idea of the video, I don't know, who here went last year to GIN? Okay, so half the room. Okay, so the video is about a hummingbird that, there's a forest fire and all the animals. Do you want to watch the video? Because it's not in the presentation, but I have it.